Hi everyone, I'm Yasha and welcome to another episode of Election Scoop. Last week, I got to meet Senator Cory Booker in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is one of the first states to vote in the primaries, and so presidential candidates spend a lot of time campaigning there. Since personally I don't live in a state that traditionally casts its votes very early, it was refreshing to be able to see presidential candidates in person. Booker had a special message for Election Scoop watchers, and we will be playing that message at the end of this video, so stay tuned. But first, let's talk about Booker's early life. Booker was born in D.C., but grew up in New Jersey. He received his bachelor's in political science from Stanford, his master's from Oxford, and his Juris Doctorate from Yale. In 1998, he was elected to the Municipal Council of Newark, New Jersey, and immediately established a reputation as a rising star. While on the council, he went on a 10-day hunger strike until Newark Mayor Sharp James agreed to consider reforms aimed at improving the city's condition. In 2002, Booker ran for mayor but lost to Sharp in a very close race. In 2006, he ran again and won, serving as mayor for 2 terms. During his time as mayor, Booker worked on changing the perception of Newark as a declining city. He attracted private investment, worked to decrease crime, and brought national attention to what he saw as the inadequacy of many programs to help poorer Americans. For example, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Booker was a very high-profile mayor, and by the time the end of his 2 terms were up, he had national name recognition. In 2013, he was elected in a special election to fill the U.S. Senate seat left vacant by the passing of 5-term incumbent Frank Lautenberg. The next year, in 2014, he was elected to a full 6-year term, and he holds that seat to this day. Here is a chart comparing key candidates, including Booker, in terms of the amount of time served in public office. Booker hasn't served as much as older candidates, like Biden or Sanders, but still has plenty of experience in multiple types of governmental service. Since late 2018, Booker had been discussed as a potential presidential nominee, and on February 1st, 2019, he officially announced his candidacy. Now let's review Booker's positions on the 5 key issues that we're discussing for every candidate. From the most recent information that I could find, he supports pre-public college, abolition of the electoral college, a different kind of college, some form of single-payer healthcare, and impeachment of the president. He does not, however, support the plan some candidates have backed of enlarging the Supreme Court, noting that it will just lay the groundwork for excessive expansion on both sides. Booker's campaign is centered around optimism about what unites America. His campaign website puts an emphasis on reigniting our sense of common purpose, and less about attacking President Trump, like many other Democratic candidates have done. As the former mayor of a large city, he has emphasized the experience he has on tackling problems prevalent in urban areas. For example, he supports an end to the war on drugs, which he emphasizes has been a failure in stopping drug crises in this country. He supports a law creating a nationwide gun license program, which would function similar to a passport system. And overall, there's an overarching theme in Senator Booker's campaign of striving for equal opportunity, especially at the socioeconomic level. To combat poverty, he proposes a so-called baby bond program that would give each child born in the United States a treasury bond for them to use as they get older. So what are Booker's chances of winning the nomination? Well, he certainly is articulate with a moving message. His main problem is that he is not as well known, and therefore as well covered in the media, as other candidates. Here is a poll fresh out of Iowa by YouGov just this month. Booker is shown here at 3%, which is a pretty good poll for him. In polls conducted nationwide, Booker usually ranks somewhere between 6th and 7th place, although some polls may have him at 8th or below. We are still more than half a year out from the Iowa caucuses, though, so there's plenty of time for Booker to gain momentum. He was lauded for his performance in the first Democratic debates, so new debates coming up in July and September can give him a chance to reach a national audience. So, having concluded my speaking, as promised, here is Senator Booker's message for all of you election scoopers.
Hey, this is Cory Booker giving a shout out to Election Scoop. I hope the scoop in the future is my nomination and eventual victory of president, but whatever it is, keep following Election Scoop to get the scoop. I wish I could rhyme something with scoop, but I can't.
Yeah,
Scoop, Duke, Loop, 5.